Perfect. Hello, everyone. Let me close here. Venga. Hola. Estamos todos. Over. Ay, no te ves, yo tengo que ver. Hello, everyone. Today we have CesarCosta. CesarCosta is my inspector, actually. He's the American Postmaster Inspection Company. He's also a certified inspector for Florida Realtors. Very good educator and very good inspector. So enjoy his class. I leave you in good hands with Cesar.
All right. Un gusto en conocerte. Ya conocí a otras personas, vimos la otra presentación. Él estaba también. Hoy hablamos de hoy en inglés, en español,
In English, we have to put it in English format.
Okay. If
Spanish. You have the subtitles, so Spanish.
And if you wanna ask questions in Spanish, entiendo, no hay problema, puede hablar en español. But what I'm gonna present it in English. So the idea of today, now we spend 15, it's gonna be close to 1 hour presentation. And I wanna talk about how to set up the right expectations. If we start in the right piece, everything gets better, right? When we set up the wrong expectation, it's hard to fix it, right? Have you had this, the situation where you went to a place that you expected a lot? And you still got a good experience, it was a good restaurant, but it was less than expected, you got upset, right? But then when you're not expecting so much, and you get more than you expected, you got very happy. Did you realize that? So your happiness is not related to what you get. It's related to the difference between your expectations and what you get. Do you agree? So if you have high expectations and you get something awesome, but you expected much more, you're gonna be happy. But you expect very little and you get more, you get very happy. So the happiness is related to expectations. Well, just maybe I can very complicated. So let's get started with home inspection. If you can scan the QR code right now and I have your information, then I can keep you updated with videos, classes that are coming. I have free CD classes every other week. This camera is getting you or me? It's kind of having a.
When you move, yeah, now it's getting. Yeah, when you are there, it shows you completely, but it's fine because you.
I can say like this, right?
You can move. It
Okay,
doesn't
say like
matter.
this, so you get a little, the camera a little. Support. Awesome. So please scan the code.
Scanning all the time. Cosa de contigo.
And if you're online, please scan as well, and at the end, we're gonna have a raffle for prize. A surprise prize.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So everybody got the code while you enter the information. A quick introduction about myself. I'm a home inspector. I'm the owner of House Massive Inspections. Also, I'm a mold assessor. I have license to do mold testing and mold protocols. Mold requires a license. A lot of people think just because you have a home inspection, you're gonna get information about mold. You don't have. I'm also pest control operator, meaning I can do termite treatments and termite inspections. Termite is also not part of your inspection. So you need to be very careful. I'm a thermographer level 2, so I do a lot of commercial thermography that's scanning the electric panels with infrared. You cannot certify a building without that in Miami-Dade. Yesterday I did a couple. I did a 7-Eleven in a commercial building. And also instructor, so I give classes to FAR and I have my own classes. Because you added my database, I'll send you the link of the class there. So let's talk about setting the right expectation. I presented this slide for the time that was here. This will be the same, and then we're going to expand on this topic. Why a home inspection? So listen, you met the buyer, right? And said, listen, we have only 7 days to a home inspection. You should do a home inspection because of. What
But you are gonna be able to negotiate on behalf of your client. You're gonna see everything that's wrong, so you have the period to ask for repairs.
Okay, so you're gonna be able to negotiate, you're gonna see everything wrong within that period that you can negotiate or leave the fee. What else? Sure, what is it? Why home inspection?
Or know how the house is, what do you say that you have to be realistic of what is the house and not create big.
I hope you can be more realistic, I love that one. It's a good way to say it. But also, what is, why home inspection?
That there are things that you don't see at the first time, they do or have inspections for it.
Things that you don't see at the first time, and especially I show you, yes.
About surprises for the people that want to buy a house.
You don't know what you price. Okay, most of things that you said is in fact not true. That's not true. So then I'm gonna find this.
People say that they are not hearing you.
Nobody, you see that as the economy in the group.
Okay,
You won't be able to.
let's go step by step.
So you need to identify.
Let's go step by step.
This part.
So one thing that you say is do a home inspection so you don't have any or any surprises. Not true. They will have surprises. The home inspection doesn't reduce surprises. It's a promise. They're making to you, they will have problems. You're gonna buy a house, I'm gonna inspect the dishwasher. 1 week later, the dishwasher is gonna break. And they're gonna say, oh, what is the inspection? I'm gonna see your roof is fine. You're gonna have a very strong storm, a new leak is gonna show up. You're gonna buy a house, you're gonna flush the toilet, and then you have a backup, you call a plumber, they tell you, you have roots in your pipe, you need to replace the pipe $10,000. Don't say that you're gonna have a home inspection, so you don't have issues. Then you have issues. That's called maintenance. All homes will break. Things will go wrong. You cannot promise they will not. That's not the home inspection. Right there, you are starting with the wrong expectation, and then everything collapses. The home inspection is not, you don't have any issues. It's not a guarantee, it's not an insurance. I'm not an insurance company. Give me a second. I'll listen to you. Let me finish the idea and I'll listen to you. It's not an insurance. If you're an insurance, you buy an insurance. I'm not an insurance, I'm a home inspector. I have nothing to do with insurance. Right? Don't say you're not going to have surprises, then you have a surprise. Then you say, it's to negotiate a deal. Then what is going to happen in the case that I told you about the pipe that broke? Oh, but you have told me before that this pipe was going to break. I would have asked for a discount. I'm not responsible for your negotiations. Your negotiations, it's something completely extra of the inspection. They might give you the credit, they might not give you the credit. You might not want to get the money that you wanted, and you might need more afterwards because you just found out that you have things that was not found during the inspection. You can try to negotiate, you can use the inspection report in an attempt to get discounts on inspections, but the whole idea of the home inspection report, it's something different. And I'll listen to you. I know that you want to talk, but what is the idea?
No, we don't use it as a tool. Like I think you got it wrong. And maybe I express myself. To me, doing an inspection is the most professional thing that you can do for your client. Home inspections are like a picture, a crystal clear picture of what's going on that day.
On that day.
That day. And that's the difference. I know that you're doing it to protect yourself and nobody, and it's perfect, the same way as we do. But to me, the home inspection is like somebody that wasted. To me, it's a fool. I will not even represent you.
That's true.
Like to me.
That's true, but I want to come back
to
to what you have to say exactly, not to give frustration, because we tend. I give classes this for 5 years now. Every class that I teach, I start with this question, and everybody in every class they say the same words. Do inspection so you don't have the issues. Do inspection so you don't have surprises. Do inspection so they see what you cannot see. Do inspection so you can negotiate the deal. Don't start with that. What is a home inspection then? Let's clarify what's a home inspection. They're making a huge investment.
$500,000, $1 million, a lot of money. So the home inspection is a professional that is going to give their professional opinion about the condition of the major components and installed systems. So they're going to see the major things and they're going to give you an idea of the conditions. Listen, it's not everything, it's the major. And it's not that you're not going to have surprises or in the system. It's not that. It's just a professional opinion about the conditions of the major elements in installed systems. Major is not everything. This is where you start the expectations correctly. I'm going to see the important things, the big ones, is not everything. And I'm going to give a professional opinion. So they know more and they can make an informed decision. So what's the purpose of a home inspection? Get a professional to give an opinion so they can make a better decision. That's it. Don't say anything else. Remove from the dictionary. But they're going to see what you cannot see. Lie. Oh, so you're not going to have any issues. Not true. So you can make sure you're making a good investment. Not true. I don't know if the investment is good. I don't know if they're going to be able to negotiate. I don't know if the house is going to break. But I'm going to give my professional opinion about the conditions of the major components installed systems so they can make a better decision. It's just make a better decision, nothing else. Are we on the same page? Because if it's not, it's wrong. You put yourself in trouble with me because they're going to call you and say, oh, but you told me that if I did a home inspection, now the inspection missed this. Not true. A lot of things are going to happen, yes.
You also have to take in consideration that even though the inspector goes to the property, there can be also hidden things that they're impossible to see.
Exactly.
And here.
Exactly.
And our please that don't present the fact to do an inspection as a possibility to renegotiate after. It's possible, we don't say that it's not, but most of us, we use an as-is contract, which means that with the inspection, they have to corroborate if they really want to proceed with the property as it is at the moment. If they want to renegotiate after and the seller is open to, he's not forced to, he can, but don't use this as, just do the inspection and if there's something wrong, we ask the seller because that is not the way it is.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
you're
Perfect.
representing somebody, and if you solely rely on the inspection, you're not like really working for your client because it's much more than an inspection. Like, that's why some people even want to wait. It's like location, price, neighborhood. It's all that you're saying. It's
Yeah.
a part of a tool. It's not that. It shouldn't be the most important thing.
It's one
It's only
component.
like your-
That's true. It's one component is going to help them, not going to solve all the problems. It's just one component. So the home inspection is good for the buyer. It's going to help them to close better deals. About 45% of your business comes from referrals, according to FAR. But also it's good for the realtors. There are some cases in court that the buyer sue the realtor and said, how come you sold a house like the roof is end of life, I cannot even get insurance, or there's this major structural concern, you should have told me. And you know what happened in few cases at the court? The judge gave the case to the buyer and the realtor was sued and lost the case. And the assumption, the sentence that the judge used, it is reasonable diligence requirement. If you're representing a buyer, shouldn't you take a look on things that are major in its evidence? You don't know there is a structural issue or this roof is too old, you cannot even get insurance. So they lost. So I don't want to expand this too much, but the inspection is good for the buyer, but it's good for the realtor. Something happens in court, they sue you, your line of defense is, I don't know anything about the house, that's why we have an inspector. And you transfer this liability of the conditions of the property to the inspector, and we contain that liability with standards of practice, with service order agreements, with a specific insurance that limits the exposure and so much more. So it's a liability management. It's important for you to have an idea. There is a liability every time that you have a transaction. So coming to your point, if the buyer refuses the home inspection, you said, I don't even deal with
Yeah,
them.
because-
Or you have them to go to Florida Simplicity. As soon as you register, I brought you to my website. If you scroll, you're gonna see home inspection disclosure. You just click and download the form. You can get it for Simplicity as well. Have them to sign a waiver. I said, I'm gonna be fully responsible for the evaluation of the condition of the house. And my realtor is not responsible. That's very important. You still can work with your clients and investors. Tell them, oh, I have done 50 fix and flips. I'm gonna tear down. I don't care. Sign the waiver.
Yeah.
Sign the waiver. And then you reduce your risk. So two things. Inspection is good for the buyer, is good for you. If they say no, sign the waiver. Because when you present a waiver, some people are gonna, they might, okay, that's fine. Let's do this. Okay, so, yes.
And anyway, most of the property, they will need the inspection if they want, to have the mitigation, to have the insurance, discount, right? Or not?
The 4.1 litigation, it's a big topic, Rachel, Rachel or Raquel? Rachel? Rachel. It's a big topic. And there is a lot of confusion on who is doing what. For those who don't know, if you're buying a property, you have the home inspection, and then you have additional insurance reports. The wind mitigation triggers the discounts and looking at protection, and the 4 point looks for pre-existing condition to approve the insurance. So usually we do everything. We do the property inspection, we do the wind mitigation and 4 point. On the 4 point, the 4 point is not a decision from the inspector. So if I mark roof 20 years, expected life 5, satisfactory, even if I mark that I thought it was satisfactory, is not the decision of the inspector. Who decides if it's satisfactory or not, is going to be approved or not, is the underwriter. So people get very confused because they come and say, oh, but it gave 5 years on the roof, it was not approved. I said, well, it's not my fault. I don't control the insurance, I give my opinion. So the insurance can override to both sides. Another example that I have to you, I did in a home 4 point with a Challenger satisfactory because I know there is under recall. It's made of aluminum that gets on fire. And the insurance said, I'm gonna give them a policy with Challenger because I want. And they gave the policy. So I can mark a deficiency and not be accepted. I can unmark and be a deficiency. We never know. So my suggestion is to your customer, say, listen, if you're gonna do the 4 point mitigation, you're gonna send to the insurance, let's see what they say. Don't just read the form. We don't know if the insurance is gonna take it. I got a case, listen to this case. I did a 4 point, marked everything fine. The insurance sent an inspector. They drew a hole in the wall, they put a camera, and they found that they had poly pipes and it was completely invisible. And they denied the policy. And they canceled the insurance. And then the person get mad with me and said, well, how you didn't tell me that I have poly pipes there? Because I couldn't see. And the insurance are crazy. They are drilling holes in the wall. I don't know if they are even allowed to damage physically the property. I don't know how that happened. We never know. So don't make any decision without getting the approval. Do your home inspection, tell your customer, we're going to send to the insurance, let's see the approval. When they approve it, your deal is approved. If there's a deficiency that I mark, it's very likely that you have to fix. But if I mark it as deficiency, it's going to be likely to reject 99%. But even though we don't, always ask the insurance. All right, so let me discuss this. Why deals fail at the inspection? You did an inspection, you lost it. Why? What can happen? Exactly. Unexpected things. What else?
Unexpected things that will provoke a lot of extra cost, and they will have to.
More money, and they don't have the money, it doesn't make financial sense. Anything else that can happen?
Mold, people triggered by mold.
More the termites, people always get scared. What about the inspector comes? Oh my God. This house is full of black mold. Oh, this termite infestation. Wow. I've never seen that before. Oh my God, this house is a mess. Have you seen the situation before? Yes, I see that. Because you called me, I said, oh my God, they chose an inspector, we are losing the deal. I got these calls all the time, right? You give three names, the guy choose the $200 one. I don't know if it is possible to do inspection solo. And then you get an experienced guy that's not trained to set the right expectation. So just fail for two reasons. You get unexpected findings, it's gonna cost too much money, you get stuck in a negotiation, it doesn't make financial sense. Okay, I understand. That's the idea of the inspection. If I find something that you didn't know before, and now you say, oh, I don't wanna take these extra costs, that makes sense. But I don't want you to go just because of the spectrum, lack of communication skills, handling expectations incorrectly, conflict of interest. This is a case that realtor called me 5 years ago, said, Caesar, I'm losing my deal. Oh my God, I wish they had used you, but they didn't. Now the inspector said the house is infested with termites. The buyers have cold feet, they're feeling uncertain, they think there are termites everywhere, they want to make up the deal. Can you come here? So, okay, you pay me for the inspection, I'll go. So I did a termite inspection. There was termite, no signs in the attic, no signs in the wall, there's just this thing on the soffits. So I told them, listen, I can inject some foam here, I can treat the attic, I'll give you 1 year guarantee. I don't foresee anything, and I guarantee for 1 year. If you have anything, we'll come in and treat for the same price. It was like $800. They closed the deal. So why they lost the deal? Because of the inspector. The technical term, if you have presence of termites, is called infestation. That's the thing, we learned this when we take the test. But if you tell someone your house is infested with termites, what do you think?
And all the houses infested.
Yeah, we have different dictionaries. Our words have different meaning. And if the person doesn't know and understand how people interpret things, they're going to create the wrong expectations. That's why we have the training. It's about expectations. And a lot of inspector creates the wrong expectations. So you need to be careful who you choose. Not all the inspectors are the same. And most are not trained in communication skills. They're trained technically on how to deal with the house, but they're not trained how to deal with people. Right? So for me, when I hire you guy, it takes me 1 year to train the guy to talk to people. They don't know how to explain stuff. Communication skills. That's the hard thing. And you know this well, you deal with people, depending on the way that you say it, you go forward or not. Another one, do you think it's a good idea to have a roofer at your inspection?
They will change, they will no matter what.
Exactly. Thank you. So if you think it's a good idea, how much do you think a roofer makes to go with a home inspector to do an inspection? Maybe 100, our inspection is $500, right? Let's assume $500, maybe $100. How much does a roof repair cost? Usually, how much?
20, so 30, depends on the size of.
A roof repair, small leak in the corner, minimum, super small job. The cheapest as possible.
Well, the investigation has, if it's chingo,
Yeah,
if I
chingo.
open up, I don't less than that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's hard to have a roofer for less than $750, $1,000. Usually when a roofer goes, anything costs $1,000.
If it's a spot, right?
If it's a spot. The roofer to get in a truck, go to a house and make a repair, it starts with $1,000.
And when it's broken
Yeah.
tiles.
Broken tiles is simple, but if you have a roof that you need to remove the cover, fix the underlayment, maybe you fix the roof deck and put it back, have they. So why a roofer would go with an inspector to do inspections at $100 if they're making thousands when they go out? What is the reason? The reason is to sell new roofs, as you said. They're looking for a job. It's like the Terminix, my competitor in termites, they offer free inspection. Do you think that free inspection exists? It's not a free inspection, it's a sales visit. They will not leave that house without getting a termite treatment. Doesn't matter if they have termite or not, they are there to sell. They're always going to find it. There is a name for this. There is a name for this. This situation is called conflict of interest. That's conflict of interest. What is the conflict of interest? Is the doctor making money selling medicine? So everybody's going to be sick. He's going to be selling medicine for everybody. He can't. Why doctors cannot sell medicine? You need to go to a pharmacy. to avoid conflict of interest. Here's the same thing. An inspector can never get money from vendors. Cannot, oh, use my electrician, give me $100 per lead, as there is a lot of that. It's a conflict of interest. Because then I'm gonna find defects that doesn't exist and breaks the principle of the home inspection. There is to be a neutral, unbiased opinion about the condition of the house. Does it make sense? So the answer is no roofers, no swimming pool guy. Nobody who does inspection is inspector. If your inspector doesn't walk on roofs, doesn't know how to do a roof inspection, hire somebody else. Call me. I'll walk on your roof and I'll do a home inspection. Exactly. Right? Of course. And my best competitors also do.
But separate from the inside of the house,
It's part of the home inspection, the roof.
Oh,
Home inspection includes the roof, the attic, the structure of the house, the electrical, plumbing, AC, appliances, interior elements, doors, windows, everything. So it's part of the inspection. If the inspector weighs 300 pounds and doesn't have physical agility, today is very easy. He buy a drone and he flies a drone, but he's doing a roof inspection. With tools, you can use tools. Yeah, because break the roof, right? Yeah. 200 pounds in a roof is not a good idea. And you need to have training to work on roofs. So deals are lost because there's unexpected fines, but also recommended to replace everything. Bring in vendors that are trying to make a sale. Roof is trying to make a sale, trying to sell a house. You're not going to sell the house. The roof is going to win the battle. Conflict of interest, lack of communication skills. So this is very important. A lot of inspectors don't have training on communication, don't set the right expectations, bring people that are trying to sell stuff. We see this all the time. That's important. Okay, now I just want to spend a few minutes on what can go wrong. What can go wrong? This picture is very interesting because we have a fire, hurricane, flood. Okay, what can go wrong? Let me give you one example so you can understand why you cannot say do a home inspection so you don't have any issues. We did a home inspection for this house. It was a condo. We inspected the AC. AC was 13 years old. I told them, you have an older AC. The expected life is between 12 and 15. It might run for a few more years. I expect it to replace the future, run until it goes. That was my evaluation. You don't want to tell a person to replace something that is not broken, but you need to tell them that when it breaks, they will have to buy a new one. So then he moved to the new house. The guy called me, oh my God, you didn't tell me that the future is going to be tomorrow. And now I have a huge leak in the middle of the living room. My whole floor is flooded from the AC. I said, how can the AC can flood the floor? Never seen them before. I want to go there and see because I can't understand it. When I got there, I took a look at the coils, and I saw a block of ice on the coils, and the ice was melting. And nobody was in the house, walls, baseboards, the laminate floor, everything was damaged. The guy was so upset. So what happened? What happened? What happened was a week before the inspection, 2 days before the inspection, the owner called an AC guy because the AC was not working. And the AC guy put a gas on the AC. So the AC was full of gas. When we tested, it was cooling well. Then we left the inspection, the home was closed. There was a leak on the refrigerant line, and the gas started to leak. As the pressure got lower, the compressor started to overrun and froze the coils. And both equipment died, and everything was gone. So, and then you come after the inspector, oh, but why did you tell me that I had the gas line was leaking? Why? We don't know. How am I going to know if a gas line of an AC is leaking? You need to do a leak that has, you need to do a pressure test. Only AC guys have that equipment. This is for you to understand why you can say do a home inspection so you don't have any issues. One issue right there. Right? Things can happen. The inspection is not perfect. It helps them a lot. I'm going to find a lot of things that are important, but I'm not going to find everything. Remove everything. 10 days after the inspection, we found a new leak that was not there before. We got this call. Oh, the inspection was a week and a half ago. I have a leak, you never told me. Said, when the leak started? 1 or 2 days ago. So inspection is a snapshot in time. You said that. It's a snapshot is the condition of the house that day that can change. Another roof can leak, an appliance can break. We closed the shower valve below the sink and started to leak. Now our sink leak, our sink pipe is leaking and it's damaging the cabinets. Those are calls that I got. I went there to see. And I got really surprised. Do you know that shower valve, that plastic shower valve that they have below the sink? They were going to close, and when they closed, it broke. Do you know why inspectors never open and close shower valves? Because of that, they can break. They break. Those shower valves are a piece of shit. They break all the time. So we don't test them. It's too much liability. It's excluded from the standards of practice. Testing shower valve, igniting autopilots, turning off breakers. We don't do anything. We only do the normal operation of the house as a user, as a homeowner, right? So it's only visual, it's not exhaustive, not comprehensive. I have a competitor, because I call people once in a while to do quotes, and he said, oh, our comprehensive home inspection package. I said, really? Are you saying that? Comprehensive home inspection? The home inspection is never comprehensive. It's a standard home inspection according to the standards of practice. Cannot predict failures. Our homes have maintenance. Things will happen. Termite can show up that you didn't see. You might open a wall to do a remodel, the black mold on the back, so things can happen. Leak concealed between walls. You know, if you buy a Ferrari and you drive over around the corner, you just drove around the corner and you have a flat tire, it's a brand new car. You come back to the Ferrari dealer and say, I just bought the car and they have a flat tire. What are they going to tell you? Oh, auto repair shop, fix your tire. It's your problem. The maintenance of the car is is like the house. The house will have maintenance. So my advice for you to set the right expectations, the inspector is going to help you to find major items, help you to make an informed decision, save 1% of the value of the house towards repairs, because homes require maintenance. Things can break. You need to have a safety cushion for repairs. If you don't have any, buy an insurance, like the home warranty. Do you use any home warranty? How?
This here, no, I don't see many of the instances, but you guys have to know also, and I've been telling before, there's insurances for homes that you can buy, that you have the property active for sale. And those insurance are cheap, and that protects the seller for the period of time that the property on sale until close. So if something breaks down during the process, they fix it, and in my case, I use it for one property that it was an expensive one, it was in the 900s. And suddenly the fish, which was an expensive one, it fell and they repaired. And that same thing happens, sometimes with ACs, which is more costly. So that is a good choice that you should evaluate when you have a leasing.
I love it. That's beautiful. It's the same as the homeowner, it's a home warranty, it's called. It can be for the seller. And they transfer to the homeowner, they give like 1 or 2 months, sometimes because they wanted the homeowner to buy, so they want to show there's a good deal for them. It's a way to sell as well. It's a great way. I love it. If you want to know what is part of the home inspection or not, click on the standard. Go on Google and type standards of practice of home inspections. You're going to find Internachi, Fabio, or Rashi, either one of those three. Print it's 2 or 3 pages, read it, and it's going to be very clear what is included and what is not included. You're going to see that. The home inspector is supposed to, is not supposed to, you have a list. You can share with your buyer if you as well. So, some home inspectors use inspector services group guarantees. 9-day warranty, mold safe, silver guard, gold check, platinum, whatever, 5-year roof. Have you seen guarantee before? There was a company here, Maximum Inspections, they were so, a couple of years ago, they used to use that a lot, those guarantees. Have you seen that one in the market? No? Don't sell the idea of those inspection guarantees for them. Why? Because they don't work well. We tried as Housemaster franchise, we are a franchise, we have been in business for 45 years. We tried for several years, it doesn't work. Because there is always a disclaimer, like on the warranty, this problem does not cover failure to price, failure to maintain, but failure to maintain. It's 5 years of roof warranty. Right? So the insurance company said, "Oh, I'm gonna live on your roof." They're gonna say, "What was the last time that you had a routine roof maintenance?" "Oh, I never did it. Just bought the house 3 years ago." "Okay, not covered because they self-stated that they failure to maintain." You need to do, and then you know. So it's just a machine to deny claims. That company, this company here is not really.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah, not really. If you're in a warranty, buy a home warranty.
thank you.
Those ones for the buyer, they have their own, that's it. Yeah. Also, I have a few guarantees of my own, they're limited. That's why we call limited repair reimbursement guarantee. Limited repair is limited. Some cases, if I do a wrong classification, if I miss something, if I really miss, we can repair up to $1,500, depending on the element. If it's major element, we miss it, we misclassified, I'll pay. It's rare that we use that because usually we don't miss. But this makes us to stay in our feet. And also, for every inspection that you do, I'm going to give you this referral liability protection. It's a letter from my insurance saying that you are covered for my insurance. So anything that happens with my inspection, you will not use your insurance. I know that Rachel has amazing insurance and she takes care of you, but your deductible is from $5,000 to $10,000. So bye-bye commission check. No, I protect you. I will cover that $10,000, if not the entire thing. So it's all about reducing the risk. That's why we're here for. Now, that's what I want to present. I still have 10 minutes, 10 minutes. It's 7 to 11. So what I wanted to present today is those important things on setting the right expectations. If you set the right expectation that the home inspection is not perfect, but it's going to help them, things can happen, maintenance will, it's very common, you should save some money to do a home warranty. They know what to expect, right? And doing a home inspection is important with someone that can set the right expectations. Now, some agents, sometimes, not frequently, but once in a while, they get too involved. During the inspection, they give their own opinions. You shouldn't, right? So, no, these termites, homes have termites. Come on. Right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say it, right? Oh, these mold is everywhere in Florida. Have you seen any place that doesn't have a mold? So, some realtors, sometimes you have to use to minimize to close it. Don't give an opinion. Because if you start giving opinions, if you go to court, the judge can say, well, but my realtor told me that this was not a good deal. So I understand she's an expert. And then you can get on the hook because you look like as an expert in that field. It's like analyzing contracts. If you start to get into legal aspects, you can't. You're not a lawyer, right? So if you want to get involved, there is a secret. The best way is to ask challenging questions. Challenge the inspector with questions. Because a question is not an opinion. So now you found termite. Listen, what are the percentage of homes that you find termite? There are any home from 50s? Do you find any home on 50s that doesn't have termites? Yeah, most of them. Okay, so you're telling me that this is very common for homes at that age? Yes. Do you think this specific one is a big deal or is small deal? Small deal. So you are saying to me that this is common and this is it's frequent. Okay, but he told me, you listen, he told me, so you make questions to drive the conclusions that you want. but don't make your own statement. Have them to say what you want with the question. Listen, the inspection ended. Do you find anything that is gonna be on the way, a barrier, a problem on the 4-point? Double tapping, leaks, roof, age, less than 5 years. Do you have anything at 4-point? No? So you're telling me that the deal is approvable, okay? So it's a good start point. When you have the buyers trying to come with a lot of things, well, my house is applicable for the insurance, so if you want, you can buy it. It's a good one. So ask those questions to bring perspective. The guy comes with a 200 list item. Ask them, what are the 3 or 4 most important? The roof is older, the AC is older, and the water heater is older. So no structure. Okay, so you're telling me that you have 3 older elements, but you don't have anything other than expected. Okay, I got it. And you bring perspective to your buyer because you're going to see inspectors confuse people, and you might need to bring clarity. Go to the inspection, ask challenging questions. And get this slide from her because she has a copy. So it's all about understanding the report. I think more importantly than giving,
250-page report.
Yeah, it's so 250-page inspection report is to explain what is going on. So we like to explain to the buyer and answer the questions right there. Because frankly, people don't read inspection reports, and if they read, they get bored or they don't understand. Yes.
Important, the questions and answer and the explanation is at the end of the inspection, don't interrupt the inspector when it's working.
Thank you so much. We try, when people ask us, we try to be polite and address, but ideally, leave the guy working, talk at him. Because then it doesn't distract. We have a sequence, we are like in a flow. Okay, so it's 11. Now it's my milk myself. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the inspection report. The challenge that we have throughout the years with the inspection is that we need to remember stuff. Remember, it's 100 items or more. We take 100 to 100 pictures. And then we go home and we need to remember everything. Oh, was this picture in the outside or inside? Oh, is that from exterior? Then we have to take extra pictures so we can remember. And it's a lot of mental burden to remember. The other thing is, at the end of the inspection, I need to remember what's the most important. Right? Sometimes there's 3 or 4. I only remember 4. Oh gosh, I forgot to tell them about the water here that is rusted. Oh my God. Then it shows up with the report, and they go, but you never told me. So it's difficult to deal with a lot of information. Today we have a solution to deal with massive amount of information and add precision. And that is called AI. AI is magic. So we are using, I hired software engineers, includes my son. He's a software engineer from Google. So he got like 5 guys from Google, and he developed special software for me using AI. So today we do the inspections. We just say, AI goes to the library, gets a comment, put it in the right place, associate the picture with the comment, find the database of our 10,000 reports, what is the average cost of repair for that specific case. It's super cool. So now my inspection report is dynamic. You have the PDF, but also you have a link that you can navigate. Super cool. Bigger pictures, we changed the layout, the design is much more engaging. If we see a label, we press the label, it shows the age, the tonnage, the serial number, what is the manufacturer date, no spending time, you can tell them right away. You know, before was, what is the age of your AC? I'm gonna search online and tell you later, right? But it's real time, it's super cool. And yeah, that's a video. It really brings the inspection to another level. We don't need to enter the data. We're just inspecting. We say, take the picture, we speak to the phone. What the advantage is, at the end of the inspection, I can show them the summary, the things that we select to do with summary, the estimated price of repairs, go item by item, show all the pictures, and at the end of the inspection, they have the PDF in their email. Not waiting, real time. That's really, it's very nice. I'm so proud of the AI. So Another thing, you can filter, show me only the things that cost more than $500, more than 1,000, only the things that are broken. And when you see things, you can say, you can select, I want this, this, and this to my negotiation list. And you create your own repair list. You can make comments on my comments. The inspector told me an AC over 20 years old is not going to get approved by the insurance. And as we discussed, I want to have this creditor say, you can make comments on my report and you can add your own numbers. So it's super, super nice, gives you more control. We are in Florida. What is the two most common concerns in Florida? AC and roof, and also mold and termites. Plumbing, roof, AC, mold and termites. Remember all this. Mold and termites is not part of the inspection.
Foundation of the pipes that are down the floor, by roof, so the thing that.
Yeah.
But it is
So-
identified.
The termites, yeah,
An inspector can say, well, that's signs of fungi mold growth, have that further evaluated by a qualified professional or have been tested by a accredited lab. The signs of termites have that further evaluated by pest control operator. They cannot tell you this is definitely termites, it needs to be signs of termites. And then he cannot tell you if it's subs, dry wood, how to treat, what to do. So, and then you need to call other people. With my company, I do everything.
Very sure, but what if the client said, oh, no, it's okay, I don't want to do an inspection of termites? I have to make them sign a waiver.
No, you don't have to send a waiver unless you want to, but there is recommended to do that.
Yeah, it's $50.
Okay.
The 24 is $50. When they call my office, I'll persuade them to do.
Or you're gonna be able to have to do it anyway.
Yeah. When they call the office, I'm gonna tell them, listen, the 4-point remediation is $200. The 4-point remediation with termite is $200, the same price. Because I force the termites, I have the license, I wanna do it.
Yeah, if you select for an inspection company, then normally.
Charge, yeah,
Like $50 to $75. depending.
35, 70, 75, yeah, it's not a big deal. You should do it, always. Just do it.
Roberto was mentioning about the copper pipes. You really can't inspect, you just, like.
Okay,
You
but
use a camera to do that, but it's.
let's talk about pipes. On the pipes, you have two sets of pipes. You have the supply that brings water, and you have the drain. The drain pipes, if you cast iron pipes, on those old houses from the 70s, it's a good idea to do a camera scope because you have roots inside the pipes, water accumulation, broken walls. It's pipe replacement, that's $15,000. So that's one thing. On the supply, is either PAX or copper, right? PAX is not awesome, it works. Copper is amazing. I love copper. There are some people that are against copper. I don't know why. Copper is a good pipe. People used a lot in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And then you have polybutylene. Polybutylene is a low quality plastic used in the 80s, and that's a problem for insurance. So what is the question on plumbing? Can you say it one more time?
No, what he was bringing up was one of the main reasons besides the termites and the mold. Was down here, Florida was the pipes.
Yeah, the cast iron pipes. It's
The cast iron.
yeah, but those are 74, 75, 74 and before. Older houses, new houses.
No,
We do it.
you ask for things that here in Florida
Yes.
is.
It's a problem. It can start as one. Leak detection is very important in the swimming pool, and we get a lot of pools leaking. So we have the leak detection equipment installed here. 20 minutes for 100 something. We tell them if it's leaking. We have a lot of additional services. We use infrared cameras for moisture detection. We have a lot of stuff. That's what I tell my wife when she goes to buy a
I
pair of.
thought mistake.
No. My wife, when she goes to buy a pair of shoes, I don't want to give away. Marcel, you go to the store to buy a pair of shoes. What do? You find the dress that matches the shoes, right? So she gets the dress, and then she gets the clothes to match the shoes, and she gets the whole outfit. She was going to buy the shoe, but you need the dress and the purse, right? To make the whole outfit.
I mean, you have to make it happen on picture.
So that's true too. But some people just want the basics, some people want to know everything to match. There are different profiles of customer, right? Some people want to fly coach, some people want to fly first class. We have for everything. I can do the basics, it's that home expression. But if they want to go beyond to do mold, termites, sewer line, pre-temptation of food, I can also add, depends on how much risk they wanted to mitigate. Everything it depends on the customer profile. We have a team of people, you know, Adrian, Adrian had 10 years,
Ronnie 10 years, Lucas 5. These guys from Orlando and here.
So we have a quiz team, it's just two people here, three inspectors here, three in Orlando. We have best friend and best, yeah, we are in Orlando too. We have real-time reports and I'm here to help. If you have anything they need, I'm here to support you with this, guys. Nice meeting you. If you have any questions, just give me a call. How long the inspection does it take? I can book the inspection next day, reports real time. If they have additional services like mold tests or something, they might have to wait for the test results next day. If they have 4.0 remediation because we need to check the license, we're gonna send it same night. So we book for next day and reports are very fast.
What area, Broward?
Broward, I can go to Boca, I can go to Miami. It depends on. We drive 1 hour. So if it's like 1 hour, where we go?
And you're in the, right?
I'm there. I'm 10 minutes. And I'm gonna give you $100. It's more for your next one. And then we have the.
But I also look at that because yeah, so about the price,
Price, okay, so. Is going to give you $100.
I make sure that you play information, you know,
Yes. She doesn't know about salary spend.
You have a 3 kilos on Samsung.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So let me run the raffle. So you register on my website. I told you that we're gonna have a surprise gift. So let me see. The winner is. Let me see here. Francisco. All right.
Oh,
You're welcome. Do you have a file with me? Still gonna get a free?
I don't think that I have more.
Okay, so I'll give you like a.
Thank you. Thank you everyone online. See you. We have the caravan on Friday. So see you on Friday.
Who is coming to the caravan? ¿Quién va a la caravana? Vamos a un nudo y paloma en el pueblo verde. No levanten tanto las manos, que me voy a ir sola por lo que veo. Ah, esta no es mi computadora. ¿Quién va al caravan?